coffee at home because nowhere will be open on my drive to the airport. What a day. I'll check in with you at the hotel. I've got to empty all of the sodas so they don't freeze because we're supposed to have a hanger for our plane to sit during our layover. There's a plane starting and now we don't have a hanger. So everything comes off the plane or it freezes and explodes and it's a big old mess. Hotel. I will give you a quick tour. It will be quick because this room is tiny. And then I'll explain all of the chaos leading up to today's trip. All right, we've got the front door, closet area, and then the water closet area. And here's the bedroom. Boom, a bed. Boom, a couch. Boom, a dresser. Boom, a desk. And maybe it looks bigger on camera. I feel like it kind of does, but it's a small room, but that's totally fine. I leave early tomorrow. It will do. It's clean. And at the end of the day, that's all I care about. All right, let's talk about this trip before I fall asleep. I'm on a pop-up trip. It was a last-minute trip, and I thought for sure with the way the weather was going this weekend, there was no way I would be flying. All the flight attendants I know, all of their flights got canceled, and then I added a pop-up trip to my schedule. I got a call yesterday morning from my chief pilot, and he said, hey, a couple of our passengers really need to get up to Boston. Their flight on the airline was canceled, and it's urgent that they get there. And I was just thinking, whatever is so urgent is definitely going to be canceled. This weather is trash. No one's going anywhere. But here we are. I was worried about being able to source catering. I was worried about the road conditions and driving and just basically the logistics of everything. So, and I guess I should say, today is Monday. So there's been a few days since Blizzard 2022. It was really bad like Saturday night. So yesterday, Sunday, during the day, they were able to take care of the roads and people were able to escape their homes and live life a little bit. So I was able to source catering, and that also allowed for airports to open up a bit. So we actually ended up flying into Bedford. I guess I'm not exactly in Boston. That's like 12 miles away. I'm in Bedford, Massachusetts. And really, The conditions were much better than what I was expecting. Basically, it's just snowbanks piled up from all of the snow that has been plowed in the area. But the roads are fine. The Bedford airport was operating normal conditions. I know Boston is still a little backed up, so that's why we chose to fly into Bedford. Oh, and I guess also I should say, because you're probably wondering, well, wait, weren't you in Florida earlier today? Yes, we had a group of people who had to go to Florida. We dropped them off really quick, and our group who really had to be in Boston was coming from Florida. So the whole thing kind of worked out, made for a longer day, because for whatever reason, it's like 50 degrees in Florida, but they're functioning as if they were the ones in a massive blizzard. It took forever to get fuel. It was just like every single private jet in Florida was in Miami at the same time we were, and it was just a CF. It was just supposed to be a quick turn. We were supposed to be here hours ago, but we ended up sitting on the ramp in Miami really for hours. I mean, it was out of control. That was like the middle portion of the vlog that I showed you guys before we came into Bedford. So here we are, we made it to Bedford. We're staying the night due to crew legalities. We're not flying home until tomorrow. And tomorrow is a super easy, short ferry flight home. A ferry flight means I don't have any passengers. So really, we're gonna wake up, get some coffee, head to the airport, and get home. I did hear my phone ring a couple of times when I was chatting with you. I'm about to meet the pilots for dinner, and then it's bedtime. I'm tired. And even though tomorrow is easy and I'm working, but I'm not really working since I don't have passengers, I just want to go to bed. I feel like I need rest before my flight tomorrow. Good morning. I just took a peek outside. It still looks freezing. There's still snow everywhere. And as you can tell from that news clip that I posted, the Boston area is still recovering from Blizzard 2022. I'm just putting myself together right now before the flight, and there's a reason that we stayed overnight. There was a possibility that we were going to be taking a passenger back home, and now my ferry flight has been canceled and we are taking a passenger back home. Catering wise, totally fine. As I mentioned earlier, the flight is not very long. I picked up deli meats and gourmet bread and accoutrement just to make really good sandwiches for the crew on the flight home, and I definitely have enough to serve one additional passenger. No big deal about the ferry flight being canceled. This was not a long enough flight for me to sit back, read my book, take a nap, enjoy the private jet to myself, and that doesn't happen that often on ferry flights. There's always something to do, always something to organize, always something to clean. So now it'll just be a normal working flight for me, and I'll go home and have a few days off. So I'm gonna finish getting ready and I'll take you to breakfast, and then I'll take you on the flight back home. I have the best pilots ever. I just got a Starbucks delivery. But what is this about? Did they tell the Starbucks barista that they're pilots? I need to figure this out. Okay, I found out. They did not tell the baristas they were pilots. They both had Dassault jackets on. That's the maker of an airplane. So the barista said, "Oh, what does that mean?" And then they explained that they were pilots. So it wasn't that standard white New Balance terrible pilot wardrobe look that had anyone assuming that they were pilots, or the pilot just being like, "Hey, I'm a pilot, I need some Starbucks."